All right, so what's up, y'all? It's AJ Simmons here. Today I got a special guest. I have Mr. Travis Benson, who was a longtime member of the Clean Biz Network. He actually joined when we were the Everybody Eats Mastermind group, and he has been quietly growing his business, making his mark on this industry, right? So we're going to talk to Travis, and we're going to get ready to get into it. So, Travis, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on, Mr. AJ, man? It's an honor to finally be able to talk to you, man.
Absolutely, man. It's great to talk to you as well. And it's funny because you've been in the group for a while, and I don't think we ever even spoke on the phone, have we?
No, this is the first time.
Yeah, so that means you really a go-getter because you did all of this by yourself. And I'm going to put it out here now. This man just texted me a couple of days ago, and I actually shared this on Instagram as well, that this man is generating $200,000 in his first year. So he's having a better first year than even I had. So this man is doing it big, and that's why we got him on the line. Yeah, so that's why we got him on the line.
I didn't know that.
He's going to share his story, and we about to go in, all right? So, Travis, if you could, give us a little bit about yourself.
Well, me and my wife, we have a Jam Pro franchise in the metro Atlanta area. We're originally from Miami. We've been up here. We've been in Atlanta for probably about 4 or 5 years. I don't know what else to say, man.
Right. Okay, so you said you in Jam Pro. Okay, so what made you choose Jam Pro in particular?
It's funny, man. Jam Pro actually chose me. I have no clue how they got my information. Maybe it was through, like, I put my email address somewhere. But just all of a sudden last year around, like, January, like right before income tax time, I was getting all these phone calls, like, daily from Jam Pro, and I was like, man, who is it? People keep calling me. So
right.
I just finally decided to give them a call back, and I found out that it was for a business opportunity. So I scheduled the sit down with them. We went there, we talked to the master franchise owner, and when we left, I felt like it was a scam. Like,
right.
So you telling me if I give you this amount of money, you're gonna give me this amount of business? Like, it didn't make sense to me. So I just did some research, and I stumbled across your book that is it a scam? What's the name of it?
Yeah, Is It a Scam? The Truth About Commercial Cleaning Franchises.
Yeah, so I bought that book, and once I read the book, then I started following you on YouTube, and I sat for like 2-3 days, man, and watched all your videos on YouTube.
Wow.
Then I had a little run-in with the law. So the money that I did have put aside to start the franchise, I had to use that on the lawyer. So I had to put that, starting the franchise off for a couple months. So fast forward to about October of 2017, that's when we actually purchased the franchise. Because of holidays, we had to wait for training. So we really didn't get finished training until February of this year. So we started cleaning in February of 2018.
Wow. That's crazy, man. So you didn't even really plan to start a cleaning business. They just happened to somehow get in contact with you, and then you saw the opportunity. I guess you Googled, just trying to research it, and you came across my ebook, and then that kind of spawned it from there. That's crazy, man.
I've always had the entrepreneurial spirit. I just didn't know what to do.
Right.
And it was like when I saw the opportunity, I'm like, well, I mean, I've always cleaned. Like, it don't seem too hard. And once I realized that it was legit, I was like, man, this might be a golden opportunity for real. So I just jumped on it.
Absolutely. So you said you always clean. Did you work for anybody else with a cleaning company at all before you bought yours?
Nah, I mean like cleaning up at home.
Right. I figured that, but I wanted to specify. But let me ask you this then. Did you think it's a requirement to have commercial cleaning experience before you get started with a cleaning company?
No. You just have to be a quick learner.
Right.
Because you're getting paid to clean. So if you've never done anything like that before, I mean, you got to learn real quick, man, because they are giving you feedback nightly. I mean, they're paying you to do a job, so you have to know what you're doing.
Absolutely. Okay. That sounds good, man. So let me ask you this. I know, like I mentioned before, you were in the group, you were in the Clean Biz Network, and you've been there for a while. Has the group really helped you at all? Because I know you being a franchise owner, the system is kind of laid out for you. So I don't know, how much has the Clean Biz Network group helped you, if at all?
I mean, it's helped me. It's helped me tremendously because we bounce ideas off each other. I know I've asked several questions to you before.
Right.
I've even asked questions that has nothing to do with commercial cleaning. I believe it was about a real estate. Yeah, it was about a property that I was looking to get into. So, I mean, it's not just about cleaning.
Right.
I mean, you just have a lot of business-minded individuals who are willing to share their ideas and their vision with others. And it's always good to be around like-minded people because that just keeps you on track.
Absolutely, I agree too. And so, with you being the guy, you just started cleaning February of this year. That's crazy. So, and it's only August. No, it's actually July. Ain't even August yet. And you're already at the 200,000 a year mark growth. So, with that being said, I would say that you're successful. So, I want to ask you, what would you say are some of the keys to success in this business?
For me personally, I feel like for us, it's not just me. It's me, my wife, and my oldest son. We're mainly the three that does the majority of the work. We also have some employees, but us three, like, we're like the foundation.
Right.
I would say number one is you got to have a solid foundation. You got to have, solid people in your corner in order to grow. You also have to have a real strong engine, and I mean like internally, not like a car or vehicle. I mean like you yourself. Like for instance, when we started cleaning in February, I still had a full-time job. I still had a full-time job, and I was going to the gym. Like I had a personal trainer and everything. So the personal training aspect really kept me going because it was like it provided that energy, that little boost that I needed. You know what I'm saying? Because like when I get finished cleaning, for instance, when we first started, we had 3 daycares. Those were our first accounts, 3 daycares, and they were spread out like between each one is probably a 15, 20-minute drive. So we leave at 6. We leave at 6 in the evening. I'll probably get done at like 1 at night. Then I have to be to work. I have to leave my house at 4 in the morning. Mm-hmm. So there was only a 3-hour window of where I can get some sleep. But you have to subtract the time it takes to get home, take a shower, and next to get in the bed. So it might be an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Right.
But instead of me going to sleep some nights, I would just jump on the treadmill to stay up. Like, man, I gotta get it. Because I knew if I went to sleep, I probably won't get up to go to work in the morning. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, I got to stay up. I have to stay up, man. So, you got to have that drive. You got to be a little crazy to do stuff like that, And I will always tell people this, man, don't listen to other people's limitations.
Yeah.
Because people would tell me all the time, like, man, you can't do that, man. You're going to burn out. Like, nah, I ain't. And I'm driven, man. I got a goal, man. I have a vision, you know what I'm saying? So you have to be success-minded. I know a lot of people, they'll look at an issue and only focus on the problem.
Right.
You can find a problem in any situation, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But can you find a solution in any situation? If you can find a solution and focus on the solution, man, you'll be all right.
Exactly.
Like, it wasn't fun. It wasn't fun going those 2-3 days, sometimes without sleep, but I knew it was something that needed to be done to lay the foundation. Plus, I had to set an example for my wife and my son, and whoever else comes along, like, man, it's not going to be easy, but it's a grind. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's crazy. And you know what? That's like the number one message I like to drive home to people is the fact that it's really just in your mind. Like, if you can get through this stuff mentally, the rest of it will take care of yourself. But if you can have that no-lose attitude where you just going to get it done regardless, that right there take you a long way. And I want to ask you, how did you get that? Is that a natural thing for you? Or are you listening to any type of podcast or YouTube? Or like, what's driving you to be that way?
Number one is my family, man. We have 8 kids, 1 on the way.
That's what's
I
up.
Can't fail. I don't have a choice but to succeed.
Right.
I have too many people relying on me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Not only that, but I've been through so much in life, man. I've lost so much. Like, I don't want to say we've been homeless, but we've been without a home. Like, I've never had to sleep in a car or anything like that. But like, my last daughter, she had a spinal bifida, so we found that out, man. We had to go to Philly. She was born in Philly. So we just had to drop everything. We lost our job, lost our homes. The only thing we had was the clothes on our back. You know what I'm saying? And when we came back to Georgia, we went to one of our uncles, and we had to stay there until we got back on our feet.
Right.
So it's like I'm not afraid to lose anything because I know I can get it all back.
Right.
I've been to prison. I've lost everything there. You know what I'm saying? And it's like those things. Like I'm not proud of that, but it kind of makes you strong because you've lost it before, so you know you can get it back. Right. When you have that drive, man, it just I just feel like nothing can stop me when I put my mind to something. You know what I mean? Because I'm not afraid to fail.
Absolutely. And it's like once you hit that rock bottom, like everybody has their own rock bottom, but it's like once you hit that and then you built up from that, you already know what it feels like, so you don't have to be so scared no more. You know what I mean? It's like you can go all in because like, what's the worst that's going to happen? I'm going to go back to what I was. Okay, I just make it out again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what's up, man. That's what's up. All right, well, I'm going to ask you this then. With all the work that is required to build up, because it sounds like you got it out the mud like how I did with grinding nonstop day and night. You start with a full-time job and eventually you got to leave it because it's so much work.
Yeah.
Would you recommend this business to anybody else?
I recommend it to those who have that I won't lose mentality. And you can lose.
Right.
But you got to have a I won't lose mentality.
There
you know
go.
what I'm saying? That's those two totally different things.
There you go.
Like the other day, man, we just got a big account. Man, and it was terrible because like the people who I had there, it was too much for them. And I saw that it was too much for them, but we still had to get the job done. And I'm sitting here giving myself a pep talk like, man, we can't fail. We can't fail. We got to get it done. So you have to be one of those type of people, man. Like I said, solution minded.
Yep.
If you're a solution minded person, I recommend it for you, because you know it is a lot of money in it, and it's crazy the amount of money you can make in this business. Like,
absolutely.
I wonder why they kept it a secret for so long.
Right. Right. It's funny because it's people like you that make me feel like stop regretting it. Because sometimes I get in a funk, man, because I have people inboxing me and they'll be fussing at me because they're like, oh, I hate this franchise. They take these fees as if they didn't know fees was going to be involved. You know, or I hate this business. I can't believe. Like, they try to take it out on me because they got into it and there was more work than I guess they expected. But then people like you will come around and make me feel better. Because really my whole purpose for even mentioning the cleaner franchise, because, you know, I don't get any type of commission or anything when people buy one. But it's like the reason why I mention this is because I know that we need a way out. Like everybody, like we entrepreneur minded anyway, but we just needed, like somebody needed to show us another avenue. So like, fuck it, I'll put this out there and maybe this could work for somebody else. It worked for me. And so people like you help me to know, like, you know what, I did the right thing by putting that information out there, man. That's what's up, dog. I'm inspired by it.
Man, you really did, man. And you really did, and I really appreciate it because, like I said, I know I texted you this before when we first, I think when we reached 100,000, I texted you this that we started to not even do it, but it was somebody on one of your videos asked, can convicted felons buy a franchise? Because, you know, prior to that, I saw the stuff, but then I went to the little meeting, read the paperwork, and they had something in there about felons or whatever.
Right.
So I'm like, dang, I can't even do it. But then a couple months later, somebody asked a question, and he was like, yeah, you know, just talk to your franchise, the master franchise owner, and that's the same thing I did, man. So, I mean, I really appreciate everything that you do, man, for real.
That's what's up, man. I appreciate you even just taking this call with me, man. That's what's up, man. And I'm going to ask you this, too. Franchise or independent? If you had to do it all over again, you think you would have went independent, or you think that this franchise was more beneficial for your situation?
For me personally, I'm all in on the franchise.
Okay.
And I'll explain why. I know you have a difference of opinion now, and I respect that. I'm gonna explain why. For me personally, one, I'm not great at sales. Right. I know those are one of my character flaws. One of my strengths is cleaning, and I also have the mindset that this is not going to be something small. Like we plan on growing this into a large scale business, and eventually trying to branch out because I'm originally from Miami, so I already talked to some people down there. I want to do the same thing in Miami as well. So I look at it from the standpoint of, yes, I have to pay all these fees, but I look at it like, let's take a Budweiser, Walmart, or anybody else. You don't see these people going to different homes or different businesses, personally knocking on doors trying to sell their product. Mm-hmm. They have a sales team behind them. You know what I'm saying? They have commercials out and all that kind of stuff. So I look at it from the standpoint of, I'm a big company paying people to do sales for me. Only thing I have to do is either A, put somebody in position to get the job done, or go out and do the job myself. Right. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's the way I look at it. Plus, I found out too that the fees are tax deductible. So, I mean, it is what it is, man.
Right.
So I'm really not. I don't really stress over fees too much.
It all depends, really. And I think for everybody's unique situation, it's more beneficial for you. Because I think that too, like I say all the time, when I first started, I probably wouldn't have been as successful if I went independent from the beginning. Now, knowing what I know now, you know what I mean, maybe I could do it. But back then, I didn't even know enough to go in it. So it all depends. You know what I mean? It's different stroke for different folks. But, what last things would you want to say to anybody who's thinking about getting started with a cleaning franchise or cleaning business independent in general, or just entrepreneurship? Like, what would you want to say to these people who's sitting on the fence listening to this call and just like, know what, I got to do something? What would you say to them?
Know that you are responsible for what's ahead. I know everybody is the idea of being an entrepreneur or business owner or self-employed or whatever you want to call it. It sounds good until you actually get into it, and it's like, man, I really got to put forth effort. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, you got to put forth effort. You know what I'm saying? It's not. You're not clocking in no more.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You can't go hide in the break room for 30 minutes, or you know what I'm saying? When you're supposed to be out doing your job. Like, nah, you literally have to work. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's going to do it for you. You know, I know this is a played out little statement. What you put in is what you get out. But man, this is 100% true. And people got to get out of that mindset that I want a business, but I don't want to do nothing. Like, nah, bro. Like, I mean, you may be able to get to that point eventually, but you're not just gonna jump in no game and not grind initially. You know what I'm saying? You got to grind first and then kick your feet up. You know what I'm saying? It might be like, fans, we just started, man. So I'm nowhere near the point where I can kick my feet up. It might be 2, 3, 5 years from now, you know what I'm saying, before I'm able to kick my feet up. But I know it's coming, and I know you put this up several times. I don't know if it was a post or a picture or what, but something about grinding for 10 years instead of working for 40 or something to that extent. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that's for real. So
people don't like. I mean, people. When you as an entrepreneur, we working, I don't know, twice as hard, 3 times as hard as the average employee, and then we not even balling like for real in comparison to the average employee in the beginning. And so people looking like, what are you, like, you might even question yourself sometime and like, what am I doing? You know what I mean? But what it is you putting in all of that effort for them 10 years straight, nonstop, 7 days a week, whatever it takes, for 10 years straight. But then after that, you good. You know what I mean? For the rest of your life, you can kind of coast a little bit versus the employee who's got to work 40 years, 50 years at one job or whatever job they do, just to hope that the government going to give them a check and their job give them a pension, you know what I mean, at the end for the last 10 years of their life. Like, I'd rather go ahead and go hard and get it out the way for the first 10 years. And I'm going to tell you something, because you inspire me. The whole time you're talking, I'm just nodding my head. It's like the gospel when you're talking. And you motivating me because I'm going to tell you, like, people don't understand. I'm glad you reminding them. Like I said in the post the other day, you hear these rappers talking about grind all day, and it's cool to say it, and it's cool to rap about it, but when it's time for your ass to actually get out there and put that work in the middle of the night, 2, 3 in the morning when ain't nobody else working, then get back up 6 in the morning, you know what I mean, and do it again, people got to be prepared for that. And a lot of people want to blame this industry or blame the franchise or whatever they want to blame and say, oh, this ain't the right business. But like you just said, it don't matter what you going into. Whatever you put in is what you're going to get out.
Yeah, for real. And you got to, I know the biggest thing that people don't want to sacrifice, which is the biggest thing that they should sacrifice, is sleep.
That's it.
man, you can't accomplish nothing while you laying down, man. You can't run to that bed, man. Like if you sleeping, if you feel as though you need 8 hours of sleep, 6 hours of sleep a night, you might as well not be an entrepreneur, man. Just go clock in somewhere, because sleep is the enemy of success, man. In my personal opinion, you know what I'm saying? You just lying dormant. I call it practicing death. Like, I don't want to practice dying, man. we gonna do that for eternity, man.
That's what's up, man. Great. I like that. I'm still in that.
If I could take 2-3 naps a day for 30 minutes, I'm good. Like I'm good on sleep, man, because it's really a waste of time. Just think about it, man. If you sleep 8 hours a day, that's a third of your life gone.
Yep.
Yeah, doing nothing but looking at the back of your eyelids.
Right.
Nah, man, I'm straight.
I'm good on sleep. We're good over here.
Yeah, man. I mean, of course, you know what I'm saying? Like, of course your body's gonna need rest eventually.
Right.
But you do it, man. But you don't have it. You don't do it to the point to where, man, if you don't get 6 hours straight, then when you wake up, you got to lay in the bed for another hour. Then when you get up out the bed, you get on Facebook or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just gotta utilize it. Oh, that's another thing, man. You have to be great at managing time.
Yep.
That's up there, man. That's one of the keys too. You got to manage time.
Yep. Other than that, man, so I guess I should touch on this before I go, because somebody might be saying, well, hold up, you ain't talk about how he get to the 200,000 so fast. So what would you say was the main thing that really got you there?
I mean, just steady grinding, man. Like we do what we do. We do what we're contracted to do. We communicate with our customers. We communicate with the what do you call them people?
The operations team.
What do you call them? With those people.
Right.
We built a relationship with them, man. So it's like, oh, and another thing too. Before we even touched on any accounts, like in our initial meeting with the master franchise owner, we asked them what areas did they have trouble servicing, and they told us the area. So we were like, man, hey, that's the area we want. So they gave us a couple accounts. We did them great. We turned in our evaluations every month from all of our customers. We were getting like 8, 9s, and 10s. And then from there, man, they just started to believe in us. They started trusting us, and they were giving us contracts left and right, man. Our first account was for $175, but it was way out there to where nobody else wanted to do it.
Right.
And I just saw it as an opportunity, because I know that, okay, well, if we take this one, there's going to be some more in the area. And sure enough, man, we got 3 right around each other. And then between where we live and there, man, we have 16 between here and there. So in total, we have 19 accounts total.
That's what's up. And it's crazy too. I think my first one was like $195 a month. So again, there's so many parallels to the story, man. That's what's up, man. But I'm proud of you more than anything, and I appreciate you just for being willing to share this story and this really testimony. You know what I mean? And I appreciate you for coming on here talking to me and sharing with the people. So I ain't gonna hold you too much longer, but I appreciate you, Travis, for coming on this call, man.
Man, I appreciate you for having me, man. It was an honor, man.
6 figures or better should be the common motive. But y'all just trying to see change like Obama voters. Money ain't my only love, but it's the main goal. And I'ma get it, deal or no deal, like the game show. Will I succeed? That's rhetorical. Cause my face looking like a dead president memorial. Ask around, they'll tell you how my grind be. Money longer than the lines at the DMV. But don't confuse this with bragging, this is motivation. The grind like you on the handrail rollerblade. Cause a lot of y'all turning into weed heads, and your pockets broader than the back overseas.